Hey everyone, I'm the Canadian Lad, and today I'm going to talk about what is really going on with all these hexagons and the villains in WandaVision. I'm going to explain what all this could indicate, so there's a heavy chance that if you haven't watched WandaVision yet, I'm going to spoil a lot of things for you. So a spoiler warning right there. Now without any further ado, let's begin. Now in my breakdown of episode 4, I've told you about how these hexagons are placed in a way that clearly makes the shape of an X in the center, probably a subtle nod to the X-Men, and we know the mutants are on their way to the MCU, so I wouldn't hesitate to double down on this claim that this clearly is a nod to the X-Men. But some fans have now noticed the hexagons appear at the Sword's director's office. In episode 4 of WandaVision, a couple of hexagon clues were dropped. When the Sword agents examined Westview, their projections of the town showed that the bubble was formed in a hexagonal shape. But the plot thickens when it comes to Director Hayward's office. In Hayward's office, there were 7 framed plaques on the wall arranged in a hexagonal shape. The rug on the floor is also patterned with hexagons. While Hayward seems like a stand-up guy when speaking to Monica Rambeau, Darcy, however, later refers to him as a charmer.
Now, people.
He's a charmer.
Now read into that however you may will. And notice when none of the agents could tell what CMBR stands for, Director Hayward was the only one other than Darcy who knew what it means.
My equipment registered an extremely high level of CMBR. That's...
Relic radiation dating back to the Big Bang.
Yeah.
So it's established pretty well that he has vast knowledge of how this universe really works. So could it be that he possesses all this knowledge thanks to his connection with the devil, aka Mephisto? Now of course I'm just speculating here, and he could really turn out to be a great person. But the fact that Monica Rambeau was so conveniently vanished in the blip, which gave Tyler Hayward the chance to become the director of S.W.O.R.D. in the first place. Cause it really should have been Monica. She's the daughter of the one who literally founded this organization, so she should have been the replacement, but because she was gone in the snap, it was Hayward who got promoted. Now here's a very crazy theory that I'm gonna share with you lads, and it's totally mine, so it's gonna make absolutely no sense at all. But because it's Marvel, so I'm taking nothing off the table. So here it goes. Let's assume that the villain of WandaVision is either Grim Reaper or Mephisto, and Director Hayward somehow managed to connect to either one of them, and with their help, he made sure that Monica vanishes in the blip, so he can become the director, which means Thanos' snap wasn't that random after all.
And when we faced extinction, I offered a solution.
Genocide.
But random, dispassionate, fair to rich and poor alike.
Perhaps Mephisto or Grim Reaper could alter who goes out and who stays in. But because the Avengers managed to bring everyone back from the blip, so Mephisto or the Grim Reaper had to change their initial plan. And their new plan is to cast a spell on Wanda and entice her with a fake happy sitcom life. Because they probably want her gone, and she was gone for real in Infinity War, so is Vision. But maybe Mephisto now plans on using these two in order to achieve a higher goal, instead of just killing them. So my point is, this show essentially has 2 plots. One with S.W.O.R.D., which will connect to Captain Marvel 2, and another plot connecting Wanda's mayhem to Spider-Man 3 and eventually Doctor Strange's sequel. And if Director Hayward is really evil and is actively working with the devil, then Monica Rambeau of course will try to do something about it, and we might see that story unfold in Captain Marvel 2. So Marvel from this phase might have 2 storylines going forward simultaneously. Now you may ask, why am I so sure regarding Mephisto or the Grim Reaper? Well, pay attention to this mid-season poster of WandaVision that Marvel recently released. Some eagle-eyed fan has actually noticed a demonic figure in this poster. It seems as if this image could very well be a classic devil face. And Agatha Harkness, aka Agnes, has already made a reference to her husband, who apparently looks better in the dark.
Did you lose power too?
Oh, sure did. But Ralph looks better in the dark, so I'm not complaining.
And don't forget, in episode 2, we literally got to see the helmet of Grim Reaper in WandaVision's closet. All of these clues lead us to believe that either Mephisto or Grim Reaper, or maybe even both, will show up in this series. And that begs the question, why now? Why not before? Why not in the 5 years period when there was essentially no Avengers to fight? And that makes me think that maybe Mephisto or Grim Reaper also wanted Thanos to do what he did. But because the Avengers reversed everything with their snap, so now Mephisto or Grim Reaper have to come up with a different plan. Now as I said, this theory will sound absolutely crazy, but because it's Marvel, so I'm taking nothing off the table. So let me know what you think of these crazy theories behind the hexagons and a literal demonic figure in the poster itself. I do read almost all of your comments, so make sure to write a comment and I'll definitely check it out. And also, if you could take a look at my official Canadian Lad merchandise by visiting thecanadianlad.merchforall.com, I would really appreciate it. Grab the subscribe button if you haven't already and follow me on Instagram, as well as give me a thumbs up if you think I deserve it. Till then, I'll see you lads in the next one.